Welcome to Hollywood Movies Insight. Today we are going to explain the movie Bugonia. This story may look simple at first, but it slowly turns into something very strange and disturbing. So watch the video until the end to understand the shocking truth behind everything. The story begins in a beautiful open field, with a close view of a flower where a honeybee gently lands. Two cousins, Teddy and Don, are quietly watching the bee. Teddy explains how bees collect pollen from flowers and spread it to other plants, which helps grow food for humans. But then he says something worrying. According to him, bees around the world are dying. Don becomes confused and asks why this is happening. Teddy believes this is not a natural problem but a huge conspiracy. He thinks the biggest companies in the world are doing this on purpose so they can control the global food supply. Teddy also shares another shocking belief. He thinks humans are not the ones truly controlling Earth. According to him, some hidden forces or even aliens may secretly control the world. Teddy says he has researched this for a long time and now believes they must stop it. Because of this, he asks Don to join him and become his partner in this mission. Teddy soon begins preparing Don for what he believes is a coming fight. They start running, exercising, and doing strange training routines to strengthen both their bodies and minds. Don eventually asks why they are working so hard. Teddy explains that their enemy will try to weaken them mentally and physically, so they must be ready for every challenge. Teddy then gives Don strict rules. From that day forward there will be no smoking, no gaming, and no unnecessary use of phones or screens unless they need to search for something related to their mission. Don feels nervous hearing all this. Until now everyone thought he was just a normal young man, but Teddy believes he is smarter than others and capable of helping him. Teddy even hugs Don and tells him that he is his best friend and everything he does is meant to protect him. Then Teddy takes their preparation one step further. He brings an injection containing a strange chemical. Teddy believes that aliens control humans through their desires and weaknesses. According to him, if those desires are removed, humans can control their own minds and break free from alien influence. Don trusts his cousin Teddy, so he allows the injection. Meanwhile, somewhere else we see a woman named Michelle. She appears to be an important executive who is practicing a speech, but she looks extremely tired. After preparing herself, she leaves for work. At the same time Teddy and Don begin preparing for their mission. They wear suits and wait outside Michelle's house. When she finally returns, they suddenly attack her. However, Michelle fights back strongly and knocks Don unconscious with a single punch. Teddy quickly uses pepper spray, but Michelle kicks him hard and throws him into the bushes. Teddy gets up and attacks again, but Michelle knocks him down once more and tries to escape. Just as she begins running, she suddenly collapses. It turns out Teddy secretly injected her with a drug that makes her lose consciousness. The two men then drag Michelle into their car and drive away. Teddy kidnapped her because he believes she is actually an alien hiding among humans. While driving, he tells Don to shave her head because he thinks alien hair works like an antenna that sends signals to their people. Don follows his instructions and shaves her head. They then take Michelle to an old house and lock her in the basement. To remove any signals, they burn her clothes and destroy her devices. After that, Teddy spreads a strange white cream on her body. He explains that this cream will affect her nervous system and weaken her. Teddy tells Don that even though she looks human on the outside, inside she is an alien. When Michelle finally wakes up, she finds herself tied to a bed. Her head is shaved and her body is covered with the white cream. Teddy and Don stand in front of her wearing suits. Frightened and confused, Michelle asks if she is in a hospital, but Teddy calmly tells her that she is actually at their resistance base. His behavior seems strange, sometimes calm and sometimes angry. He tells her they already know she is an alien. Michelle is shocked and immediately asks about her hair. Teddy says he removed it so she cannot send signals to her spaceship. Ignoring his claims, Michelle tries to reason with them. She explains that she is the chief executive of a major company, and if she suddenly disappears the police and federal investigators will start searching for her. She warns them they will eventually be caught, but if they release her now she promises not to report them. Teddy only laughs at her words. He believes she is pretending to be innocent and insists that she is a high-ranking alien who came to enslave humanity. Teddy then gives Michelle a condition. He demands that during the upcoming eclipse she must take them to her spaceship so they can make a deal with her people. But Michelle firmly denies everything. She insists that she is not an alien at all. Trying to explain herself, she says that she only looks young because she takes care of her health, follows a strict diet, and uses skincare. Teddy refuses to believe her. Instead, he becomes angry and shows her several photos that he claims are proof of her true identity. He warns her that she has until the night of the eclipse to admit the truth. If she confesses, she might survive, but if she continues lying, he will never release her. Teddy also blames her for the suffering of many families, including his own. According to him, people like her destroyed farms and ruined lives. After saying this, he leaves the room. At first, Teddy and Don feel proud of what they have done, believing they have captured an enemy of humanity. But as the days pass, the situation becomes more stressful. News about Michelle's disappearance begins spreading everywhere, and Teddy grows increasingly nervous. Meanwhile, Michelle continues resisting them. She refuses to eat and constantly argues with Teddy, which only makes him more frustrated. Eventually, Teddy becomes stricter and starts taking his anger out on her. Frightened by his behavior, Michelle finally agrees to cooperate. Teddy and Don decide to record a confession from her. Michelle reluctantly says the words they want to hear and claims that she is an alien, but the way she says it sounds completely forced. Teddy immediately notices this and accuses her of pretending again. Michelle calmly responds that it sounds fake because she is actually human, so confessing to something untrue will always sound unnatural. Hearing this makes Teddy furious. Michelle then looks at him seriously and says something unexpected. She tells Teddy that he may be suffering from a psychological problem. She explains that she is a psychiatrist and believes he has become trapped in dangerous conspiracy theories. According to her, he spends too much time believing false information online and has convinced himself that aliens are secretly controlling the world. Michelle insists that aliens do not exist. Instead of calming Teddy, her words make him even angrier. In a sudden burst of rage, he slaps her hard. Don watches the situation in fear. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Hollywood Movies Insight. Let's try to reach 10,000 likes on this video. Shaken by everything happening, Don quietly asks Teddy what will actually happen when they reach space. Teddy confidently replies that they will only travel for a short time to complete their mission and save Earth, and then they will return. But Don nervously admits that ever since taking the injections, he has been experiencing strange hallucinations. Teddy ignores his concerns completely because his only focus now is forcing Michelle to confess the truth. Soon Teddy decides to use a painful method to break her resistance. He straps Michelle into a machine that slowly applies crushing pressure to her head. The pressure causes intense pain and Michelle desperately begs him to stop. In order to end the suffering, she finally screams that she is an alien. Instead of stopping, Teddy laughs and increases the pressure even more. Don panics and begs Teddy to stop, but Teddy continues until the machine overloads and suddenly breaks, causing the fuses to blow. When Teddy checks Michelle, he sees that she has simply fainted. He tells Don that if she were human, the heat and pressure would have seriously harmed her, but she only lost consciousness. To Teddy, this becomes proof that she truly has alien abilities. In his mind, this means she might even be alien royalty. The next day, Teddy brings Michelle upstairs to the dining room and ties her to a chair. He sits across from her and calmly serves dinner while talking as if everything is normal. Michelle is badly injured and struggles to speak, but Teddy begins asking questions again. He wants to know why aliens are killing bees. Michelle answers slowly that bees work tirelessly for humans without asking for anything in return. Without bees, humans would struggle to grow food. She points out that humans constantly use and exploit them. Then she says something strange, predicting that bees will eventually return to the planet in even greater numbers. After that, Michelle changes the subject and says she knows about Teddy and his mother. She reveals that Teddy's mother once participated in a medical trial. The treatment was originally meant to help people recover from drug addiction, but the experiment failed. Hearing this immediately makes Teddy furious. He shouts at her not to mention his mother, and accuses Michelle of killing her. Michelle tries to explain that the company accepted responsibility and compensated the victims, but Teddy angrily yells that money cannot fix what happened. Consumed by rage, he grabs Michelle by the throat and begins choking her. Don quickly tries to stop him. During the struggle, Michelle manages to kick Teddy away and attempts to escape. At that exact moment, a car pulls up outside the house. It is a police officer who had been investigating Michelle's disappearance. The authorities had searched many places, but had not yet checked Teddy's home. When the officer sees Teddy acting nervous, he immediately begins to suspect something is wrong. Meanwhile, down in the basement, Don is left guarding Michelle with a gun. Michelle tries to talk to him calmly and warns him that Teddy is slowly destroying his life. She tells Don that Teddy is pulling him into a dangerous path that will only lead to disaster. Confused and frightened, Don finally asks her a direct question. He asks if she is truly an alien. Surprisingly, Michelle quietly says yes. Don then asks if she really has a spaceship. Michelle again says yes and promises that if he lets her go, she will take him with her. Don does not know whether to believe her or not. He also does not want to betray Teddy. Feeling trapped between the two of them, He says something strange. He softly says, "Tell Teddy I love him." Don then does something completely shocking. He slowly raises the gun, places it against his own neck, and pulls the trigger. The gunshot echoes through the house as his blood splashes across Michelle. Upstairs, the police officer hears the shot and immediately realizes that something is terribly wrong. Before he can investigate further, Teddy suddenly attacks him from behind and kills him. Teddy quickly rushes downstairs, but when he enters the basement he is horrified to see Don lying dead on the floor. Devastated and filled with rage, Teddy grabs the gun and points it directly at Michelle. He is about to shoot her, but Michelle quickly stops him with unexpected words. She claims that they actually have a cure, and that Teddy's mother is still alive. Teddy is stunned. Michelle explains that the medicine Teddy believed killed his mother was actually part of an alien experiment designed to upgrade human genes. According to her, the treatment did not kill his mother, but placed her in a different condition. She says she has an antidote in her car that could wake her up. Teddy does not fully trust her, but Michelle insists he should try it. She even gives him the hospital information, where his mother is being treated. Before leaving, Teddy breaks Michelle's leg so she cannot escape. Then he takes the antidote and rushes to the hospital. When Teddy finally sees his mother, he realizes Michelle was telling the truth about one thing. His mother is still alive, but she is lying in a coma. Believing the antidote will bring her back, Teddy immediately injects it into her medical line without waiting for the doctors. For a brief moment he hopes she will wake up, but suddenly the machines begin beeping loudly. His mother starts suffering and dies right in front of him. At that moment Teddy understands that Michelle has tricked him and destroyed his last hope. Completely broken, he returns home. Back at the house, Michelle manages to grab the keys from Don's body and free herself. Instead of running away, she starts looking through Teddy's computer. There she discovers all the research, photos, and information he collected about the strange disease connected to the experiments. This discovery surprises her, so she decides to wait for Teddy instead of escaping. When Teddy returns, Michelle asks him how many aliens he has already killed. Teddy remains silent, so Michelle begins speaking in a completely different tone. She reveals the true history behind everything. According to her, a group of aliens discovered Earth millions of years ago during the time of the dinosaurs. By accident they released a virus that destroyed most life on the planet. Feeling responsible for the damage, they later created humans to help restore and protect Earth. However, humans eventually became destructive and began damaging the planet instead of saving it. For centuries the aliens secretly observed humanity while debating whether humans should be healed or completely removed from the planet. Michelle explains that she was actually trying to defend humans and report positive results to her people, but Teddy's actions ruined everything. She tells him that the final decision will be made the next day, and if she fails to complete her mission, the aliens will destroy humanity. Teddy has now lost everything, including Don and his mother. With nothing left to care about, he finally agrees to help her finish the mission. On the night of the eclipse, Michelle takes Teddy to her office. There she types a special code into a calculator-like device and then points toward a cupboard, explaining that it is actually a hidden teleporter. Teddy insists that he should go first because he does not trust her and believes she might leave him behind. Michelle agrees and prepares the device, but Teddy secretly has his own plan. He intends to destroy the teleporter and stop the aliens from reaching Earth. As Michelle activates the machine and begins the countdown, a massive explosion suddenly destroys the room. Michelle is knocked unconscious and the entire office is left in ruins. Later, Michelle wakes up inside an ambulance. She hears people discussing the explosion and learns that the bomber has disappeared. Immediately she pulls out her medical lines, jumps out of the ambulance, and returns to the destroyed office building. Inside the rubble, the closet containing the teleporter is still standing. She walks inside, and suddenly the device activates and disappears in a bright glow. The scene then shifts to a spaceship where Michelle finally arrives. Several other aliens are waiting there. She stands before their leader and presents her report about humanity. The aliens review her findings and conclude that humans are still reckless and self-destructive, just like Teddy, who ultimately destroyed himself. They ask Michelle why communication with her stopped earlier, and she explains that Teddy shaved her hair, which prevented her from sending signals because her hair actually functions as an antenna. After hearing everything, the alien leaders make their final decision. Michelle is given a new order: eliminate humanity. She walks to a control machine and presses a button. On Earth, a powerful energy wave spreads across the planet. As it moves forward, every human it touches collapses and dies instantly. Within a short time, the entire world becomes silent. Humanity disappears, leaving only animals behind. During the end credits, the film returns to the image of a bee resting on a flower. Just as Michelle once said, Bees begin returning in large numbers. Without humans damaging the planet, nature slowly begins to heal, and the story ends with a world where humans no longer exist. And that's how the story ends. If you enjoyed this explanation, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Hollywood Movies Insight for more movie recaps. Thanks for watching.